Welcome to 9 Bob Note with Paul Isles-Rush and Ken Moss.
Hello everybody and welcome to another 9 Bob Note. I am Paul Isles-Rush.
And I am Ken Moss. What are we talking about tonight?
Well, Kent, I thought I'd surprise you tonight. So this is going to be an occasional series, which I'm going to call Are Straight People Okay? So obviously here at 9 Bob Note, we don't like to make sweeping generalisations of people. We're very much against that. But every now and again, someone will do something, and it's very often a straight person, does it? That just makes you think, what on earth has led to this? So what I thought I'd do is I'm going to read you a tweet.
Okay.
So you may have heard of it, and so you might know what it's about, or if not, maybe you can guess what it's about, and then we'll sort of see where it goes from there.
Run BT.
So this tweet is from a guy called Daniel Butler. We can name him because he has since deleted his account. His tweet from the 9th of March reads, "This crap is getting so old. Let's just get rid of everything with sex appeal because it offends a small percentage of people. Let's act like women with big boobs don't even exist." Any ideas?
Nope, you're going to have to help me out with this. Who on earth is he referring to?
Well, this is a bit of a niche reference, but I am sure you remember from our childhood the hugely successful Looney Tunes / NBA joint venture.
You don't mean Space Jam? Oh, yeah. My God.
Featuring all our favourite Looney Tunes characters and some humans as well. And now Space Jam 2 is about to be released, yes. And this outrage, and it wasn't confined just to Daniel Butler, was because, I don't know if you remember Space Jam, but it's one of the characters in it was Lola Bunny.
I don't think I've seen it. I know that just Michael Jordan was in it,
yes,
wasn't it?
Yeah. So the remake is, I assume, essentially the same story, but with basketball players who are now famous.
And alive. I think, isn't Michael Jordan, I think he passed, didn't he?
Possibly.
I'll have to Wikipedia that, because otherwise I've just killed a man.
Yes, apologies to Michael Jordan's family if this is the first you're hearing of this. Yeah, so the film, one of the animated characters in the original film was Lola Bunny, who is some relation to Bugs Bunny. I don't know whether she's his daughter or sister or wife. Anyway, she's got the same surname as Bugs Bunny, so they're obviously related in some way. And Lola Bunny is featured in Space Jam 2.
Okay.
Except she has been redrawn. So in the first film, she was, although obviously a young teenage or a young lady rabbit, she had a very short skirt and very large breasts.
Right.
And her basketball uniform was designed to enhance the womanly shape. The Space Jam 2, she's been redesigned so that she perhaps looks more like a rabbit and her breasts are no longer as prominent. She's just wearing a basketball kit, the same as all the boy basketball players.
Right.
This has upset lots of people. We're not allowed to sexualise female teenage rabbits anymore. It is a disgrace.
I can't say that I give a shit one way or another, but I can sort of see where perhaps a breast reduction might be, in a children's film, which it presumably is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might not be the greatest thing in the world to have 7 or 8-year-olds focusing more on a rabbit's tits bouncing about than the basketball aspect and the fantastical aspect. So I can sort of see that. From a continuity point of that would irritate me on a continuity point of view more than, they've done that to appease the snowflakes. Because no one ever likes it when a character either A, looks completely different in the sequel or is played by a different actor. It's just continuity things. It takes you out of it. So on that level, I could see it, but that doesn't sound like that's the level that's being addressed.
No, his comment. Let's just pretend that women with big boobs don't exist, shall we? Someone in one of the replies that I saw, someone pointed out that an actual rabbit, a female rabbit, would probably have 8 or 10
nipples,
nipples, and therefore, if you're going to be anatomically correct about it, that would look really weird. I hadn't thought of the continuity side of it. I'm guessing Daniel also hadn't thought of the continuity side of things. But I get you on that point. But what a thing to be offended by.
A rabbit, a cartoon rabbit.
A cartoon rabbit, yes.
Well, Daniel, all I will say is other websites are available that do sexualise women with big breasts.
And human women as well.
They are, and I'm sure there are porn sites available where they dress up as bunny rabbits and all your fantasies will be fulfilled. But no, I can't say that I'm overly bothered by the cup size of a cartoon rabbit, to be quite. There are other things to worry about.
Good. So essentially, it's not all straight people. He's definitely not representing all of you.
No, he doesn't speak for me. I think it's well. Let's get out the feather boa and decide, feather or not, this is serious. As the only straight man in the room, it barely registers a 1. I can't believe. I take it. If he's deleted his account, this caused quite an uproar, did it, that I've missed?
Yeah, well, this was actually, I found it from a Twitter feed that I follow that's called Imagine This Was Your Dad. And they tweeted. So once it was highlighted on there, he was swiftly shot down. I'm going to have to agree with you. Although obviously to Daniel and apparently to quite a few people, this is a major issue. I think in the grand scheme of things, I'm not even going to give it a 1.
Well, it does amaze me quite a lot of the time, the things that people say on, primarily, I've got to, Facebook really in comparison is only playing at it these days.
Yeah.
For real jam-brained idiocy, you want to have just a casual scrape on Twitter in the morning just to see. Now that you've opened the can of worms, I will keep my eyes peeled for suitable gay people that have come out with absolute mental shit. Because the door does swing both ways on this. But Twitter is just a mine of absolute... A word has yet to be invented to describe the people on Twitter. Yes. They're not normal. It's like a poultice for everyone that's got. They should be locked up in a maximum security social media hospital and never let out. Yeah. So anyway, Screening Queens?
The Screaming Queens this week I'm going to dedicate to Daniel, who's obviously in pursuit, now that his Space Jam VHS has worn out. And he's obviously in pursuit of a large-breasted, sexy rabbit. There's only one place to go for that. Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Well, it was the first thing that leapt to mind. I can still picture 30 years on Jessica Rabbit. Now, even though I was, 10, 11 at the time when that came out, hormones were just starting to kick in. Jessica Rabbit was quite seductive even then. So, yes, that does exist as an alternative. Daniel, if you feel the need to rip the head off it to a cartoon, you could do far worse. It was a rabbit, wasn't it? I've just got this picture of
Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah, with the sort of a red corset, wasn't it? Or
yeah,
a bustier.
And really long red hair. See, she's not related to Bugs Bunny because her surname is Rabbit, whereas Bugs Bunny's surname is Bunny.
Oh, you see, different strain of the family.
Yeah. I mean, I guess they're allowed to be sexy. I don't know what the rules are.
I can't say that I've ever rubbed one out to a cartoon rabbit, so it doesn't really matter one way or another. But I suppose the flip side of that coin, you should really have one of the male rabbits wandering around with a colossal Linford Christie in his shorts, just to balance things out.
Yeah. Who knows? Who knows whether that'll happen?
In Space Jam 2. Stay tuned.
Right. Well, I suppose there's only one way to sign off, Ken. That's all, folks.
Oh, I was hoping you'd resist the temptation.
9 Bob Note featured Paul Isles Rush and Ken Moss. Title music was by Mark Shyman, and the programme was produced by Maverick Productions. For more information, please visit maverickproductionsuk.blogspot.com or find us on social media.